Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
In the annals of crime, some of the most incredible and stunningly ridiculous are those where the perpetrator has been set up by undercover agents after weeks, months, and even years of investigation and evidence gathering. In the cases of the 1970s, where many mobs in big cities around the country were being infiltrated by undercover agents, a very dangerous professional assignment, by the way. The members of these families were literally stabbing each other in the backs over money and power. Nowadays, while there isn't much going on overtly in the underground mob world in the way of major investigations, at least not here in the United States, there is a concerted effort on the parts of federal investigators to begin cleaning up the corruption that exists within our own government. At the behest of the current administration, many of these investigations are ongoing. In California, however, investigators have had their eye on a different kind of government official, one who believed that he was not only smarter than the average criminal, but even smarter than the average city council member. Adelanto City Councilman, Jermaine Wright, has been caught in a number of schemes and plots that attempted to defraud an insurance company and also placed secret kickback money over the welfare of the constituents. And now, he's been arrested. Los Angeles Times. An Adelanto City Councilman has been accused of accepting bribes and asking an undercover FBI agent to burn down his restaurant so he could collect insurance payouts, according to a criminal complaint made public Wednesday. Mayor Pro Tem Jermaine Wright, 41, was arrested Tuesday night and will appear in federal court Wednesday after his arrest as part of an undercover corruption probe targeting misconduct in the city, federal prosecutors said in a statement. Earlier this year, a confidential informant introduced Wright to an undercover FBI agent posing as the owner of a marijuana cultivation business, prosecutors said. Wright agreed to vote in favor of a measure expanding the parts of Adelanto where marijuana could be grown in exchange for $20,000, according to a criminal complaint. Wright directed the undercover agent to make the donation through a third party, who was not identified in court documents. Wright said that man keeps us out of jail, according to the complaint. After the council vote, Wright also agreed to accept the $15,000 bribe in exchange for helping fast-track the undercover agent's proposal for a marijuana business, according to prosecutors. But during a meeting last month, the undercover agent provided Wright with $10,000 that was understood to be payment for the councilman's future assistance with council votes that could benefit his fictional marijuana business, including the promise that Wright would keep code enforcement officers at bay in exchange for future cash payments, according to the complaint. Wright also agreed to help the agent get an exemption so he could run a marijuana transportation business outside the area zoned for cannabis cultivation, according to the complaint. If he wants his exemption, I want my 10, Wright told an informant, according to the complaint. Wright has also confessed to a separate plot to hire another man, also an undercover FBI agent, to burn down a restaurant he owns called Fat Boy's Grill, prosecutors said. Wright stood to gain $300,000 in insurance payouts, prosecutors said. Wright is truly a man of no moral values or ethics, and how he ever got elected is a bewildering thing. When we think of California, we often just write off a candidate as crazy, think Jerry Brown, but more often than not, they are corrupt and dangerous. Although no formal charges have been brought against her, I've often thought that Maxine Waters is a reprehensible person who should be as far from elected office as is humanly possible. As it is, the township will now have to find a replacement for Wright, and you can bet your bottom dollar that he will be a Democrat. How do I know? Look at Seattle, where an openly gay ex-mayor stepped down after a scandal involving underage men. What did Seattle voters do? They send a Democrat back into the office right on the heels of the disgraced mayor. What do you think of this matter? Let America know of your opinion. Like us on Facebook. Together we will make America great again.